Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to online classes. Now we are into the third day of the chapter, the tsunami, and we are going to finish it today. So, how all of you are doing? I think you all are doing fine. Well, in this part, we are going to talk about the animal senses, how they are able to sense the natural disasters and all that. Okay, so in this part, even we'll read about the animal senses and even a boy and a dog which sensed it earlier before the tsunami came. So here we go, just go through this video to understand how animals are able to sense the natural disasters. Watch it.
Hey Brain Stuff, it is me, Ben. So have you heard about how pets sometimes go missing just before an earthquake hits? Or how about in 2004 when a tsunami hit Southeast Asia and killed more than 200,000 people, but almost no wild animals? Did you know that dogs, elephants, antelopes, bats, and even flamingos fled the scene before the waves hit? Even flamingos, man. Many people assume this is because animals are more attuned to their environment than we are. Others like the United States Geological Survey, say that there is no connection between animal behavior and natural disasters. But if there were, wouldn't it warrant a closer look? I hope so, because that's what this episode is about. The majority of researchers looking into this aren't claiming that animals have some kind of weird, sixth sense or anything supernatural going on. What they do think, however, is that animals make a greater use of their senses than we do. So most likely, animals can hear sounds that we cannot, especially the infrasonic, low-pitched vibrations made by earthquakes, storms, volcanoes, avalanches, oceans, and other stuff. So with their greater sensitivity to noise, it makes sense that animals would perceive these before us. If you heard a deep rumbling sound coming at you from a wide angle, ask yourself, what would you do? Hang out making sandwiches? I know. The next question is, well, Ben, what kind of sandwich? But that's an episode for a different show, which you should also watch. Did it pop up? Okay. One study that supports this infrasonic hearing theory came about when a guy named Stanley Coren was studying whether dogs suffered from seasonal affective disorder. So one day, many of his 193 test dogs suddenly flipped out. They lost it. Coren couldn't figure out what was going on until a day later when he noticed that an earthquake struck nearby at a 6.8 on the Richter scale. Here's where it gets crazy. After reviewing the results, Coren found that 14 of the animals had hearing impairment, and those were the dogs that did not become anxious before the earthquake. So digging deeper, he noticed that dogs with floppy ears were less likely to be agitated than those with, perky open ears. So it looks like the strength of their sense of hearing was what attuned the dogs to the earthquake's low tones. Another theory is that through their sense of touch, animals can feel vibrations through the ground or sense shifts in air or water pressure. Scientists have observed that sharks change their behavior when storms cause pressure drops, swimming to deeper waters where they'll be protected. And they're not the only ones doing this. Birds and insects also seek cover when this sort of stuff goes down. Using animals to monitor natural disasters could potentially affect how we make safety decisions. China did this in 1975 when they evacuated a city before an earthquake hit after their animals showed signs of high anxiety. And it's estimated that they saved thousands of lives because of this decision. So what do you think? Have you ever witnessed an animal predict a disaster? Does your cat get weird right before something goes down? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so we can alert you to all kinds of cool stuff for your brain.
The tsunami claimed almost 300,000 human lives. Yet in all the parts of Thailand, Sri Lanka, and other areas destroyed by the tsunami, not a single animal that was free to move lost its life. Was it the approaching tidal wave they sensed? Or did they feel the sea quake 2 hours before, with its epicenter hundreds of kilometers away in Indonesia? How did they do it? Is it simply instinct, or are there physical or even chemical stimuli they respond to? Phuket Island, South Thailand. The tsunami hit the island's western coast at 10 a.m. An earthquake had cracked open the seabed of Indonesia's Sumatra Island 2 hours before. But as early as 7 a.m., something out of the ordinary was happening on the roof of Phuket's Orchid Hotel.
These have some noisy from the dog from the rooftop. You put the dog there, they run around. I heard that, and then I sit here, have an earthquake on the 8 o'clock something.
Alright guys, now let's start the part 3 and final part of this chapter, the tsunami. So can you see here the picture, how a boy is sitting there and holding a dog in his hand, right? So if we can see in the picture carefully, the boy and his dog is sitting there, and try to describe the things that you see, like how much disaster was happened there, and they were just simply watching it. So using just words and phrases, either the teacher or one of the students can write down the words and phrases on the blackboard. So this is the thing which we cannot do here, but you can text me in the group, right? This is how you can start. It is an example given here, that calm blue sea, ruined hearts, and you should use the phrases to make sentences to describe the pain into this. All right, now let's start the reading and narration part. Before the giant waves slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. They fled to safety. According to eyewitness accounts, elephants screamed and ran for higher ground. Dogs refused to go outdoors. Flamingos abandoned their low-lying breeding areas, and zoo animals rushed into their shelter and could not be enticed to come back out. So this was the thing which took place before the a tsunami came or hit the floor. Not here only in India, but also in other countries also. Like as we have read how the wild and domestic animals sensed the tsunami waves earlier 2 hours before, and they fled to the safety area. They just left the place where they were living earlier, and that's why many animals have saved their life from the tsunami. They were not trapped into the waves of tsunami, and they rushed to the safest shelter they can find, and they stayed for a long time, such a long time, unless everything was settled. Now next para, let me read. Many people believe that animal possesses a sixth sense and know when the earth is going to shake. Some experts believe that animals' more acute hearing help them to hear or feel the earth's vibration. They can sense an approaching disaster long before humans realize what is going on. Correct? As I have shown you in the video, that how the chemical reaction takes place into their mind, and just their hearing senses, or you can call it sixth sense, right? That they are understanding sensing the danger earlier before it take place. And it is being believed by the experts also, like they are more acute than the people in listening and sensing. Now we cannot be sure whether animal have a sixth sense or not, but the fact is that the giant waves that rolled through the Indian Ocean killed more than, it is like 150,000 people in a dozen countries, but not many animals have been reported dead. So this is why we are saying that animals can sense it very early than the human. but there is a contradiction about the statement made like animals are having sixth sense. That is not sure about. It has not been approved by any scientific organization, but still the type of result came out from this disaster was unbelievable, and that's why we people are calling that they are having sixth sense, because very few animals were only reported dead into that tsunami. Now, along India's Cuddalore coast, where thousands of people perished, buffaloes, goats, and dogs were found unharmed. The Yala National Park in Sri Lanka is home to a variety of animals, including elephants, leopards, and 130 species of birds. 60 visitors were washed away from the Patangala beach inside the park, but no animal carcasses were found except for two water buffaloes about an hour before the tsunami hit. People at Yala National Park had observed three elephants running away from Patalangala beach. A Sri Lankan gentleman who lives on the coast near Gale said his two dogs would not go for their daily run on the beach. They are usually excited to go on this outing, he said, but on that day they refused to go and almost probably saved his life. So this was the story of tsunami in this, which we have seen that how buffaloes and goats and dogs were saved because they sensed this tsunami earlier before it hit. And one story from Yala National Park, that is in Sri Lanka, has been also shared, that how the main animals were saved here. Even there were lots of varieties and 130 species of birds were living there, but still no one was harmed. Only two water buffaloes were harmed just because they were living in the water, so they could not sense it. And how one Sri Lankan gentleman was also saved just because of his dog. Earlier, the dog used to go on the beach every day, but that particular day, the dog sensed that tsunami waves earlier, and he did not turned up to go on the beach, and that's why his master also did not followed the routine of morning walk. So that's how he was saved. So dear students, now we have reached to the end of this chapter. We have finished this chapter, and hopefully we'll complete this chapter question answer by the end of today, and we'll meet another day, next day, with new chapter. Till then, we will study hard and we'll stay safe at home. So guys, thank you very much. We'll meet next day. Till then, bye and take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.